can't stop sneezing and this light is too bright. It's gonna be a fun video. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on my channel. It is Kevin here and welcome back to Kevlandia. And today I'm using my ring light, as you can see the reflection in my glasses. If you saw the title of this video, you might be like, Kevin, didn't you just do the AUTHORTUBE newbie tag? The answer is yes, I did just do the AUTHORTUBE newbie tag, but guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Jenna Streety came out with an AUTHORTUBE newbie tag 2.0. And so I'm doing that today. I don't know why I'm hyper all of a sudden. I actually did not really have a good day, but now you're all here with me. I'm using the ring light and it's like casting like weird shadows behind me and I can't see. So I'm a little concerned a murderer's gonna come up behind me. Half serious about that, half serious. So again, Jenna Streety came out with an AUTHORTUBE. I feel like this it's not high enough, so I'm gonna have to crouch. AUTHORTUBE newbie tag 2.0. I'm just gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and link Jenna below so that you can go ahead and check out her video, her channel. She's super awesome. Go follow her, go subscribe to her. She made this tag to like reinvigorate the AUTHORTUBE community after some recent drama apparently that was going on. I've never heard of it. But we're gonna jump right in, which I just realized there's a couple questions that like I should have thought about before I try to answer them, and I did not think about these at all. So you're gonna get it off the cusp answer, which is probably not gonna be good. Sorry. Oh, it's alfalfa time. Oh, he's not like that light, huh? Shade his eyes. He's so pretty, isn't he? He's just a pretty little kitty. Oh, this would be a great thumbnail. Sorry, I'm just again in a weird mood, and we're gonna get started on the questions now. Question 1, what's your book pitch? If you have multiple works, choose your favorite. How dare you, Jenna? I can't come up with I'm not gonna pick a favorite. That's like picking a favorite child when I have one. Alfalfa. Or like picking a favorite book, which I hate when people ask me that question. I can't think of a favorite book, so I'm not gonna pick a favorite, but I'm just gonna go ahead and blur my most recent one, which is the witch book, which is I've decided I'm gonna work on for Nanner? Camp Nano. I decided I'm gonna work on it for Camp Nano, so that's what I'm gonna pitch today, even though I'm currently working on the French Money Pit, but whatever. I actually have a whole video. I'll go ahead and link up in the description below. Link up in the description below. Link up in the description below.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. You just can't get into it because they would never.
It's like all the projects I'm working on, and I kind of give pitches a little bit to all of them. So the witch book, I haven't even said the main character's name, so like I feel weird exposing it. I'll call him Indy, because I don't want to tell you his name. Not yet, I haven't decided, because I might change it anyway, so. So the pitch is, after 16 years of growing up in the foster system, Indy finally finds his family. But when he reunites with them, he finds out that everything is not as it seems, as they are a coven of witches, and I call it Charmed meets The Craft, but with 4 brothers, kind of like The Covenant mixed in. So yeah. Number 2, because I'm already taking way too long to answer these questions. Why am I walking around a lot? I'm not used to standing when I do these videos, and so I'm moving a lot. 2, if you were a book, how would you pitch yourself? Oh, how would I pitch myself? After a terrible breakup, 23-year-old Kevin moved to the city of stars to live with his sister and become a star himself. No, that doesn't work. I don't like that. Can I have a do-over? 27-year-old Kevin, I can't do this. 27-year-old Kevin lives in Los Angeles with his boyfriend Damien, where they collect dolls and write books and draw things. Is that a pitch? That was terrible. No one would buy me as a book. I hate this question, Jenna. Next question. What do you usually write? So I usually write a little bit of everything. I would say I usually write YA. YA is kind of like my sweet spot. However, I do have plans to work on a middle grade and a adult fantasy and like things like that. Was that a demon? I just scared myself. So I would say young adult contemporary is my most written in genre, so I would say that's usually what I write. But again, I write a little bit of everything. Like the witch book is not a contemporary, but something you'll never write. I would never say never to anything. I think though the least likely for me to write is probably maybe a historical, just like my sister Laura said. Again, link in the description below. Or for the first time, I don't know. My sister's always linked below. She also has an AUTHORTUBE channel. Go check her out. I think maybe I have a lot of caffeine and it's hitting me now. I don't know. But I would say probably a historical. I don't know for sure though. Like maybe I could, because the fantasy I want to write is kind of heavily influenced from history. But I think the reason why I like it as a fantasy is because like I can play around with it and then like add magic and stuff and fun stuff. But like a straight historical, I don't think I would like. I think that's it. maybe, I would say I probably would never write a Western, but I think that's because that falls into the historical section, because I actually have an idea for like a Western-esque story, but I think it'd actually work better as like a fantasy Western. Does that make sense? So I don't think I would ever write like a straight Western, just again because of like all the research and stuff. I like to make stuff up. I don't want to have too many guidelines, too many. 5, what's your goal for starting an AuthorTube channel? I started this channel to do a couple of things. I actually made a video about this recently called why I started my AuthorTube channel, so I'll go ahead and link that above as well. 2 reasons mainly. 1, I wanted to create a community of people that were like-minded, that loved writing and art and things like that, and I could like, you know, because I feel like as an adult, it becomes harder to make friends, and a lot of friends are situational. Like when you're in college and high school, you tend to make friends with people that are around you, and it's purely situational. Like if you were not in this, like if you weren't stuck together 8 hours a day, would you be friends? And it's like that kind of thing. So as an adult, you were really only like, your opportunities are work, and I wanted to meet more people that were into the same things as me, like writing and like making art thingies and all kinds of stuff. And so that was this. And then number 2 was also because I talked about this before. Sarah J. Maas had a blog on her old website, which I don't know if she still does, and I read some of it a long time ago, and it was really interesting to be able to, she started it before she was even published, and it's really interesting to be able to go and read her talking about these books that are now being published or were published already. Like she's like, oh, working on this book and blah blah blah, and I'm like, that's so weird. Like she wrote this years before these books came out, and it's so like weird and cool, and like this like funness to it of being able to see like how she got to where she is, and it's just cool. It's a cool journey. It's kind of, I don't know, it's a cool journey to follow, and so I kind of want to do that. But the thing is like YouTube. That was creepy. Wow, it's really hot in here. You know I have the air on. Oh, I just realized, can you hear that the whole time? I can't turn it off though, I'm sorry, I'll die. It's so hot. LA is hot today. 6, what made you want to start writing? I actually remember the exact class I had. His name was Mr. Winkle. He was my 6th grade language arts English teacher. And I remember we read Chronicles of Narnia, and I really just like really liked Mr. Winkle. He was like a writer himself, and like he really encouraged people to like get into that. And like we had like a section in the class where we had to write our own short story. And I remember specifically one day I was looking through, because he had a ton of books in his room that you could borrow, and I was looking through them because I had got done with my work early, and he came over to me, and I said something about how it's like so cool and weird to think that like all these books were written by people that have like just people. Like every book on the shelf, and it wasn't even that many, maybe it was like 100 books or something, but I was like mind blown, because I was just like, these were all written by people, like every single one of these, and for some reason that just like blew my mind. I don't know why, like of course they were written by people. And he said to me, you know, some people, this is their job. Their whole job is writing books, and this is what they do. And that blew my mind, and that really stuck with me. That was really what, like, I was like, you mean I can just write books for a living? That can be my job? Which granted, Mr. Winkle at the time did not tell me is that it's very hard to sustain yourself on just writing and being a writer full time. But he was trying to encourage me as a small child, and I was like, oh my gosh, and so yeah, I remember specifically that moment in my life was the turning point for me. He's the one that made me want to become a writer and a storyteller. And while we're not in contact now, I do still have his email, and we talked a couple of years ago, and yeah, I know how to contact him if I want to, which maybe I should. Maybe I should follow up with Mr. Winkle, see what he's doing with his life. Number 7, what's your publishing path? Self-published, traditional published, hybrid, haven't decided yet, or just write for fun? So I'm currently on the path of traditional publishing. I do have an agent. I am on submission, which I plan on making a video about. I'm gonna probably remake my how I got my agent video, because the old one's so old and crappy, and I just can't. I'm embarrassed that people are still watching it. My plan is traditionally published. Now, I've actually recently thought about this because I do have a very specific idea for like a long series of books. I'm thinking like it could be 20, 30, 40, 50. And there ought to be kind of shorter books that I don't know if traditional publishing would publish. Of course, I'll still send it to my agent first. I'll still send it to Rena first and be like, hey, what do you think of this? And if she's just like, nah, son, I'll be like, okay, Kindle Direct Publishing, because KDP, I hear that's where it's at, Natalia, hey. So I do have one series idea, and it's like a weird, I don't know how to describe it, because it's this idea I have of like, I would write books in the series, but maybe I could even have other people come in and write books in this series with the characters, or I could co-write books with this. It would be like just giant group effort project that like I would be the main writer on, I guess, but then like I could have co-writers and like writers that like fill in for absence or something. I don't know. It's like a really ambitious idea that I don't know if it'll ever come to fruition, but it's exciting nonetheless. It's exciting. Maybe you'll hear more about that one day, I don't know. Number 8, what content do you bring to the AuthorTube table? So, I mean, I don't know. this. I do a lot of vlogs, mainly because, again, I liked being able to see Sarah J. Maas's progress, and like something about the vlogs is like you can see a little bit as time goes on, like what I'm working on. Like maybe one day when I get published, you'll be able to, like, someone could come back and like watch all the videos leading up to it. Like, what did he do? Like, what struggles did he go through? And I think that I've talked about this before too, and if there were other writers who had this stuff on, like people that are published nowadays, if they had this content on YouTube, I would be like ravenously watching it all, because I find it so fascinating to be able to see the background stuff. So I do a lot of vlogs. I do tag videos, I do other writing videos. If there's anything you want to see from me, comment below, let me know. Also, in regards to my vlogs, I'm actually currently working on making playlists, and each playlist is going to have like any video where I mention that project. So like there'll be a witch book playlist, and the hunter book playlist, and then the Jack book playlist. And so like anytime I mention those projects, you can just go and it's like if you only care about one of my projects, or like let's say in the future one of them gets published and you're like, I want to watch every video that has to do with that, you'll be able to easily watch through all of them. I need to do that before I get too many videos on my channel, otherwise it's going to take me forever to get through them. Yeah, I bring vlogs and writing and stuff. What else would you bring to AuthorTube? Number 10, 9, what's your biggest writing struggle? Since going on submission a couple years ago, I've been on submission for a very long time, and I plan on doing a whole video about it. But I'd say the biggest struggle for me is staying motivated, because I've been on submission for so long, and there comes a point where you have to accept, I guess, that some books just aren't gonna sell right now. And again, there are people who have gone on sub with books that don't sell, and they take them off sub and then they sell them in the future. Like, I'm not saying this book, like some of my books are dead forever, but it becomes discouraging when you are on sub and they're not selling, and then you watch people who get an agent a year and a half after you go on sub and sell a book, and you're like, I've been on this journey for so long and this person surpassed me. I'm actually gonna have this person on my channel soon so we can talk openly about this, because again, there is something in the writing community that I feel like you shouldn't be jealous of other people's successes, because a rising tide lifts all ships, but it's very hard not to be jealous. And I recognize that I am, and so the best way to overcome it is to be upfront about it and be honest with myself that I know that I am, and I need to work through that, because it is a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine, and I'm incredibly happy for him, but it's still like, I wanna sell a book, like what the hell? So I'm gonna have him on the channel soon-ish. I gotta like work some stuff out with him, but I'm gonna have him on the channel, and we're gonna do a whole thing talking about being on submission and like having friends that are also in the same career field as you. So that video is coming soon-ish, so if that sounds interesting, hit that little subscribe button below. So again, staying motivated. That was a really long-winded way of saying that. 10, what's your best writing skill? I think that I actually, this sounds a little cocky, I guess. I think I write my character's voices well. Maybe not at first, because some of my old drafts I'm like, ugh, but I think when it comes around, I have a good way, at least I've been told this by people. I'm not bragging, I swear. Jenna asked me this question, that I'm good at having the reader feel what the character's feeling. So I guess that's my biggest strength. Is that what you're asking? I don't know, shut up. If you've been on YouTube for a while, what's your best AuthorTube tip? My best tip is to be yourself. So I know this sounds just so trite, but I think that it can be very scary and daunting and weird when you first start off YouTube, especially, and I wouldn't say especially AuthorTube, I'd say any YouTube. Talking to a camera can be really weird at first, and you're just feeling like, what am I doing? I feel like a total weirdo. Like when I first started YouTube, I couldn't even record if someone else was anywhere near me. If I heard somebody walking by the apartment, I was like, I gotta stop until they're gone, they might hear me. But now like I record when Damien's in the room, I would record when my sister Laura was in the room. It gets so much easier with time. So practice really does make perfect when it comes to this, and just be yourself. I think that people are drawn to real people, and it shows if you're being yourself or not. And especially when you're more comfortable with the camera, you want to talk as if you're talking to a person, not a camera. Like I don't want people to feel like I'm talking at them. I want people to feel like we're having like a cool little conversation, you know? And if you don't feel like that, I'm sorry, I suck, and that was my goal, and I failed. My other tip actually is to be consistent, which I'm not always good at, because if you would like to grow your community on YouTube, which is stupid freaking algorithm, but if you want to grow your community and get in touch with more people and things like that, you have to be consistent. And that doesn't have to mean put out 6 videos a week. I'm just saying, like, if you put out a video once a week, then put out a video once a week. Again, I'm not always good about that. This video was originally scheduled to go up yesterday, but I kind of pushed it back because of my live stream, so I'm not always good at this either, but consistency will help. Also, you can't be part of a community if you're not part of that community. And by that I mean, don't expect to make AuthorTube videos and put them up and become, like, you know, the new Poland banana if you're not even engaging in the community, right? You can't just fling videos out there and expect people to come flocking to you. You want to engage with other AuthorTubers, talk to them, watch their videos, you know, but caveat to that, be real. Don't do it expecting something in response. Don't comment on videos expecting someone to comment back necessarily, because people are busy, all kinds of things happen. Don't message somebody asking them, like, to push your channel or things like that. Like, when you reach out to other AuthorTubers and you comment on videos, you need to be authentic. You need to actually be interested. And if you're not interested in watching those videos, then it's, why are you in the community to begin with, you know? Like, you're in the community because you enjoy it, right? Like, so you think you'd be enjoying other people's videos too, and you want to tell them and let them know and things like that. So you want to, if you want to be in the community, you need to be in the community. Also, but then also, you know, be real, be yourself, don't be fake to get people to like you, okay? Also, always like videos that you watch if you like them, because it helps more than you know, and especially if you make videos, you know you want people to like your videos, it really helps. So make sure you're liking videos, okay? And that goes for everyone, not just other creators. Like my videos. And everyone else. This video is taking forever. I didn't think I was like, oh, this is gonna be like a 10-minute video. Oh. 13. Are you looking for any new channels to follow? Betas, CPs, or other types of writer buddies? If so, tell us who you're looking for and connect with them in the comments. Looking for other new channels? No, never. Just kidding. I love following new AuthorTubers, old AuthorTubers, whatever. I love following AuthorTubers. I like watching the videos and blah, blah, blah. Like, so yes, of course I'm looking for new AuthorTubers. So if you are below and you don't think I subscribe to you, I probably already do and you just don't know it, go ahead and comment your thing below. New writing buddies, always. That's why I created this, was to, like, meet new creators and stuff like that. And don't feel like scared to message me or anything. Like, Jenna Streety and me recently started talking because we realized we both live in SoCal, and so we both recently started talking and, like, we're becoming friends, I think, Jenna. And so I'm always open if you want to message me on Twitter or Instagram. Again, I told Jenna this, I'm not the best at checking Instagram messages. I'm trying to become better at it, because I do get messages from other people and I'm just like, oh crap, sorry, it's been like 3 weeks. So I'm trying to become better. So if you want to message me on anything, please feel free. I'm not scary. I'm fun. I'm a nice person. What was the other ones? Betas, CPs. So CPs, critique partners in particular, which betas and CPs, actually, okay, if I'm being honest, what is the difference? I think beta means you want somebody to read your book, but you're not gonna read theirs. And critique partner, you exchange stuff? I don't really actually know. Personally, I prefer critique partners because, like, I feel like it's a give and take type situation, and I think that reading other people's works can help you with your own, like, it helps the craft, right? Like, reading books in general helps your craft, but, like, seeing how other people write and being able to help them also helps your craft. Just saying. But am I looking for any for right now? No, because I don't have anything to beta, to be honest. I don't have anything written that needs to be critiqued right now, like, and I don't know when I will. So right this second, the answer is no, but in the future, maybe. But I'm always actually down to read others people's works. Even if you're too busy to read mine in return, I'm not gonna lie, I still wanna read your books. You know who you are, okay? Lindsay, just saying. Never recorded a video so long that the freaking camera turned off, and I hit that today. I'm so hyper, I'm being freaking weird. Okay, 14. What are you most excited for during this new fresh start on AuthorTube? I'm excited for new AuthorTubers. I realized after all this newer, like, drama scandal, whatever we wanna call it, that happened, that the AuthorTube community is way bigger than I thought it was. Like, I was like mind blown how many people care and are involved. And I don't mean that in a crappy way. I just mean, like, there are so many people who are passionate and care about this community, and I'm just like, oh, me too, let's be friends. And so I'm really excited for all the new fresh faces to come out of this. Like, if you are part of this community, whether you're a commenter, lurker, creator, I think that we need to remember that we are a part of this awesome community that's only growing. And I think that AuthorTube is slowly growing. I just said that, and I'm just super excited. That's what I'm excited for, the growth and, like, the new people I'm gonna get to meet and stuff like that. And, like, there are things I would like to do on AuthorTube. I would like to be on an AuthorTube panel one day. I would like to go on an AuthorTube writing retreat. Like, there are so many things that this community is just, like, I don't know how to say this without sounding cheesy and stupid, but, like, I feel like this AuthorTube community is newer in a sense. Like, I'm not saying it's like, oh, brand new, like last week, but, like, not old. Like, beauty community has been on YouTube forever, right? Gaming community. And I feel like AuthorTube is slowly towards its like, it's in its beginning stages still, and it's super exciting to be able to see it grow and like stuff like that, you know? Yeah. Also, my biggest fear is to end up on Google Gospel and have people make fun of me, so. Yeah, you didn't ask that one, Jenna, but that's my biggest fear. I don't want to be a Guru Gasper unless you're saying nice things about me. Okay, everybody, if you made it this far into the video, I'm sorry that I was really long-winded and it's just really erratic and caffeinated today. Sweaty and gross looking, and I promise I'm not always this annoying, but I would say I'm this annoying probably 60% of the time. Take from that what you will. But anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. That's gonna be flipped here. And if you love the video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That's gonna be here or here. I think here. And until then, I will see you in my next video, which is coming up hopefully Friday, maybe Saturday, depends on how much writing, vlog, footage I get done. But either Friday or Saturday, okay, bye.